Hey, hey, it is Michelle Martin Dobbins, the High Priestess of Daily Alchemy. And I think that's Lily barking in the background. Yeah, she's a High Priestess too, if you can't tell. Um, I have a challenge for you, and it is the 3-day Wake Your Queen Up challenge. But before I tell you a little bit more about what it is, I want to tell you why I created it, my inspiration, my download. It just kind of came out of me, as a lot of things do that I write. Came out of my brain, not other body parts. So I'm going to see if I can share this really quick, maybe, though, if it works. So bear with me for 1 second. I think I can share. I'm going to share this in my other group, so if people are in there, they may get a chance to see it live. Okay, so, and I apologize to any men who watch this. Actually, you could do it too, and well, you know, gender is whatever works for you. If you want to supply in king with queen, you can, but it's just going to be written to queen because that's how it came to me energy wise, but I don't want to leave anybody out on that gender basis, so you can do that. Anyway, so the Wake Your Queen Up challenge came to me in a meditation. I got this vision of like this grand village, like medieval village, maybe not even medieval. I watch Vikings, and so I think Vikings may have inspired this. I don't know if you guys watch that, where they have the you know, there's the king, there's the queen, there's the whole village, there's the slaves, the peasants, the knights, all the different things. And it reminded me of different ways to look at these stories that we think about. And one of those I learned from Reverend Dick Andrews, which is you can look at the stories from the Bible. He's a Unity minister. He's passed away since, but he was my very first spiritual mentor, an amazing man. And he would explain how the stories in the Bible, every person in the story is you. And so you would go through, and like the men were more the masculine aspects of your personality, and the women were more the feminine aspects. And like you could get so much more depth out of those stories from the Bible by realizing that your psyche plays all those roles. You can do it with a lot of different stories, especially those hero's journey stories. Hey, Janice. So another way that I learned how to look at a story and put myself in all the roles was dream analysis. So when you're trying to figure out what your dreams mean, you can do the same thing that Reverend Dick did with those Bible stories, and realize that every person, every aspect of your dream is an aspect of you. So, you know, men, women, whatever, because we all have masculine and feminine aspects, and the whole story is just different parts of your psyche. And when I was doing this meditation, I had this realization that like in this village, in this medieval village, that everybody that I was seeing was me. The peasants who were running around cooking bread and cleaning, they were me. The housekeepers, they were me. The knight, they were me. And the queen, where was the queen? She was in the dungeon, and she'd been there so long, she was sleeping. She was like, she'd given up hope of escaping. And I realized that the queen is the leader. She's the person who has a vision. And a lot of times when I hear people talk about like being a queen and da-da-da, like my brain wants to automatically go, you know, that's like a diva thing. That's like so like, you know, I think everybody should wait on me. And this is not what this is about. It's actually, you are all those people, and you're gonna be all those people. You're gonna have all those aspects in your body, from down to the lowest peasant who's running around doing the grunt work. to the queen. Oh, the queen that's up here, that's holding the vision, that is the leadership and the guidance and the divine inspiration for everybody that's below her, right? And if your queen is in the dungeon asleep, guess what? Everybody else in the kingdom is running around, and they're not going to be very effective because they don't have the leadership, they don't have the vision. And that's when it's really easy in our life to fall into just being a peasant in somebody else's life. And if you're going to be a peasant, you should darn well be it in your own life, right? So you want to wake up that queenly part of yourself, that royal part, that kingly part, if that fits you more. But you want to wake up that part of yourself that has the vision, that has the leadership, and decides what kind of life they want to create. So you may have it, she might be awake part of the time. I feel like mine is sometimes here, and I'm working on more and more, waking her up and saying, step into my life and choose. What do I want to create today? What's the vision that I'm holding for myself today as I go through my life? And I have to do these tasks, and some of them are queenly tasks, and some of them are peasant tasks, and some of them are knightly or ladies in waiting tasks. You know, they have different levels to them. On a physical realm and on a metaphysical realm. But when you tap into having that highest level of yourself, and you know, the queen is really just a metaphor for your highest self, right? The person, the part of you that knows that everything's okay and knows that you get to decide and choose, and chooses for the rest of you essentially, because you can be somewhat of a dictatorship, a monarchy as it were, but you're being it for yourself, not for the rest of the world. You're not going to run around and be a diva and tell the rest of the world what to do. You're gonna be a diva to yourself, right? And tell yourself, this is what we choose. Therefore, in these areas, we're going to be disciplined. Therefore, in these areas, we're going to have fun and be free. But you're going to give yourself leadership. And oh my gosh, I'm sorry guys, my feet are falling asleep. I came out here because it's so pretty and warm, but everything's still wet from the rain from Hurricane Flo, and I put up a towel here and it's soaking through, but I'm just gonna let my butt get wet because when I sit on my feet they fall asleep. Not the best. Anyway, so after going through this meditation and really tapping into that, like this whole idea for waking up the queen and challenging other people to come along with me on this journey, just kind of download it. I don't know, some of you out here are writers too, and sometimes when you get an idea, it just goes, you write it, you don't even have to think about it. Yeah, that's when the queen's in charge, right? I woke up the queen enough that she was like, yeah, this is what we're gonna do. So I'm gonna lead a free 3-day challenge. I'm gonna put a comment, maybe I could do it really quick, into the notes here. Did it show up? Ah, yes, it did. Yay! So that will explain a little bit more about the challenge. Basically, I'm going to be giving you guys, leading you guys through some meditations, some clearing exercises, and what's one of the other things? Yeah, some activations around waking up your queen and stepping into that queenly energy. And then I'll be giving you also some exercises to do for yourself to kind of tap in and see, like, what does the queen part of me, what does that essence of me want? What does it choose? What is the vision that it's holding for me? And how can I tune and tap into that? So I will love to see you on the inside in this challenge. As I said, it's absolutely free, except for you have to give me your email address. But we'll have a free Facebook group where we can connect and ask questions, and where I'll be doing all the trainings, and I'll be emailing you out lots of goodies. So yeah, wake up your queen today, go out and create some magic, and live from that higher perspective. All right guys, have a fabulous day, and I will talk to you soon.